Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I'm here today with a rubber stamp tapestry design team project. And for today's project, I'm going to focus on the peg stamp set called Fine and Sandy. So this peg stamp set, as you can see, has sand dollar, two different types of shells, and a little bit of greenery. So you can see it comes with 4 peg stamps in this set. And as always, there is that registration mark at the bottom so that you know which way your image will stamp depending upon how you have the peg held in your hand. So I'm going to first grab a round die from my stash, and I'm just going to draw around that so that I have a base of where I'm going to stamp. Now with peg stamps, I too like to start with the largest image and then work my way down through the sizes. I also like to work in odd numbers. So I've dug into some of my ink cubes, and I'm just pretty much going to town and stamping. Now these colors look very bright, they look very vibrant. These are some Hero Art ink cubes that I'm using. So they will dry back and be just a little bit softer than what you're going to see on your screen here. So after I have the 2 large images stamped, I'm going to come in with the smaller shell. And again, I'm just following that pencil circle that I have on my piece of paper. Now you saw there that I didn't stamp completely flat, so I only had part of it. So I took a shot and just stamped right back over it again. That is the beauty of these peg stamps. You can cover up with other stamps that you have in the set. And if you look there, you can see that one turquoise shell did not stamp completely as well. But to me, that adds to the image. Maybe it makes it look a little vintagey. To me, I'm going to just say that it's supposed to look like that. So again, we don't stress when we're making a card. We enjoy the process. So now I'm just going to fill in with some of the greenery. I'm going to make sure that it comes into the center, and then I'm going to have it come out just slightly around the outer part of the ring as well. And again, I'm using that as a filler, just to fill in those areas where it dips, or maybe it looks too perfect for a circle. Once those inks are dry, I'm going to come in with my white eraser, and I'm just going to go around and remove that pencil line. It was pretty well covered, but there were areas where you could see it. I did dig into my stash and I pulled out my wonky stitched rectangle die. It's been a while since that's made an appearance. And I die cut around that. And I'm grabbing a sentiment from my Elizabeth Crafts Designs Beach Sentiments stamp set. And the sentiment I chose was Happy Summer. And I'm just going to stamp that down in the bottom right hand corner of my card panel. I'm going to use one of the inks that I used for my peg stamps, and that's the teal that I'm going to use with this. So I'm just making sure that it's lined up. This is where I'm thinking of what color I'm going to use. Since it's a voiceover, I kind of have a heads up. I know what I'm using. So I am going to use that because I wasn't quite sure if I was going to go with the purple or the teal. I knew I wasn't going with the red. So I'm just going to stamp this a couple times just to make sure that I have a good impression. And again, I'm okay that it's not a solid image. Now, the sentiment is not solid. There are some gaps in there, and I'm going to let those gaps even be more prominent. Grabbed a piece of cardstock from my stash. This is from one of my Recollections value packs, and I'm just going to cut the panel to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 Where my design panel, where my wreath is, that measures 4 by 5 1/4. So I'll have a slight matted border going around my stamped panel. And then when I put this on my standard A2 size card base, which will be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and it'll be a top folding, I will have a small border around my blue mat as well. So just little hints to frame the stamped image. No propping up, no dimension for this one. I am going to dig around and I'm going to look for through my Nuvo drops, and I found the color called Caribbean Ocean, and it really matched well with one of the inks that I used, and I'm just going to put a few dots throughout my image. I was having a problem. This kept on clogging up once in a while. I didn't rub it in between my hands long enough just to loosen all of that up, but that's why you see me just trying to clear out the tip just a little bit there. And that is our project for today. I do hope you enjoyed it, and as always, here's the close-up of the card that we completed. All the products that I used, as always, will be down below in the video description. Just hit that arrow down on the right-hand side, and it'll actually expand so that you can see the description. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Do try to answer all comments. I want to thank you so much just for stopping by today and taking the time to watch my video. If you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell because you don't want to miss the next video that's going to come out. I hope everyone's having a great day. If you celebrated July 4th, I hope you had a wonderful time with your family and friends. Always remember, though, what's most important with me. Always be creative.